Against the shooting and death of people protesting against what they describe as a second-class status in the country. One person died over the weekend after being shot at by gendarmes, but at least 6 people have died since the protest began last November. Schools and courts have been closed by an indefinite strike by teachers and lawyers. Randy Josiah is in Bamenda, the regional capital of the Northwest Province.
I'm walking down the Finance Junction, the gateway into central Bamenda. It's usually busy with bread vendors and patients coming to the Baptist Hospital nearby, as well as civil servants heading for work at the upstation hill overlooking the city. Today, though, the streets are empty. The inhabitants are respecting to the letter a sit-in prescribed by the consortium of Anglophone civil societies, amongst them teachers' trade unions and Anglophone lawyers. The story is the same in the other English-speaking regional capital, Biya, where banks, shops and other commercial activities have been grounded. Today's ghost town operation is partly provoked by the weekend shooting of 4 young men by the police. One of the victims is still in critical condition at the Bamenda Regional Hospital.
As we're approaching that junction, they just enter the road. They just start to say, "Arrete, arrete." They just point us, we're gone. They start shooting us. As we're going, they continue shooting. That's why you see many bullets in me. I have the 6 shots. When they shoot that bike man, the tire burst. So that's where we fell. And as we fell, they were still running and coming towards us. So now the bike fell on me. I pushed the bike away. Before I stand my foot on the ground, the foot was not standing. At that very position, 3 people were shot.
The Northwest Regional Police Boss, Senior Superintendent of Police, Gusmu Emil, told the BBC this afternoon in his office that the allegations against the police are inaccurate. But he would not comment further without due authorization from hierarchy. Nevertheless, last night, a group of angry bike riders disrupted traffic with barricades of burning tires and threatened to set ablaze the Gendarme Brigade station in the Tariko neighborhood. The brigade commander had triggered tension when he seized 2 gallons of fuel from a roadside vendor and took them into his private car. The lady would not let him go without paying. She and her husband were then bundled into a military truck. News of the incident spread like wildfire, and within no time, some stone-throwing youths began blocking the streets, forcing the gendarmes to make a U-turn and free the couple. The teachers and lawyers who initially sparked off the protest against Francophone domination in the way of life, education and legal system of English-speaking Southern Cameroonians have been preaching peaceful resistance. The government created a committee to persuade the teachers to call off their strike so schools that have been grounded for over a month could resume. The commission ran into deadlock last weekend when the teachers demanded the institution of a 2-state federation so Anglophones would do things their way. Whilst the meeting at the regional governor's office stretched deep into the night, rumors spread through social media that the teachers' union leaders were being forced to call off the strike. Bike riders quickly rallied and stormed the venue, singing gospel and protest songs.
Let my people go. Go down, go down, go down to let my people go.
Against the shooting and death of people protesting against what they describe as a second-class status in the country. One person died over the weekend after being shot at by gendarmes, but at least 6 people have died since the protest began last